Said it shouldn't be much of a problem to get the thing, though it will be quite costly. But I've saved enough and I can't wait. Tiram doesn't need to know that Talanis didn't give the order to get the salt, so I hope I won't raise any unnecessary suspicions. Tiram seems to get too much interested in our magical stuff for my taste. Well, I better make sure that neither he nor the senile Ximaxian Führer Fire Rainmaker and his annoying imp will get to know anything about my little plan. At least not before I've accomplished my goal. And I'm sure I will. 28th day of the month of the rising sun. I have them! I have them! A whole pouch of ash souls coming right from the Norong Sorno. I'm so excited! I need to get to the preparations instantly, right after the confused one's inspection, that is, and then I just can't wait. And then there's one more entry which reads as follows. 29th day of the month of the rising sun. Wait, what was it before? 28, 29, okay. Rising sun. Okay, the day is here. I'm so happy that I found this ancient book holding so much wisdom. I was really lucky that this Markogian dawdler sold me this one, not knowing what he had in his hand. A completely unknown spell, not even the Ximaxians have heard before, creating a powerful living mass out of a few fire regions. Now it will come true and I will get famous for my discovery, but I need to get to work. I'll be back soon with details on the results. Have I mentioned that I'm so excited? So he bought salts. First of all, he was flirting with a woman who didn't pay attention to him, and then he bought some salt, and then he bought a book, and then he tried to create a powerful living mass. Okay, that sounds promising. Your score has just increased by 150 points. Cool. I will put the diary back. You put the diary back on its formerly secret place between shelf and wall. There's another book left. But first I will write down that there's diary and book of magic in this room. Okay. Examine book of magic. This is a more or less intact handbook on all things magical, bearing the title On Magic and Related Things, written by a water mage called Oren Diralf. I'll be right back. And I'm back. On magic and related things seems like a broad topic, and if I wanted to write a book about such a topic, nobody would want to work with me. That's, as I already said, it's too much of a broad subject. It seems to represent a comprehensive overview on the various kinds of magic, following the explanations of the great Calvin the Third. Calvin sounds a bit like Kevin, which is a common name here. I guess I can read the book. you read the first passages of the book on magic and related things. The term magic is a comprehensive name given to all the kinds of arts which produce demonstrable effects in shifting the balance of the universal aura or chorale. These effects may result in some advantage or harm, but don't necessarily have to. Such a shift of universal energy aura can either be attained through the efforts of a trained mind, through the wanted or unwanted assistance of supernatural forces, or even of departed spirits, by an intentional or arbitrary mastery of secret forces in nature by any being. Magic can be cast intentionally or not by almost anyone who can establish contact with the aura in a direct way, regardless of race, sex, or other factors. Alright. Many ways of magic are still unexplained, especially those kinds which happen accidentally or regularly in natural processes, or for example in situations of life and death, when people who have never been known to cast spells manage to survive through seemingly supernatural assistance they have somehow produced on their own. That's a bit like Neville Longbottom in Harry Potter, right? When he was held out of the window and then he started jumping like a rubber ball. The second example may be already explainable by our assumption that the essence of magic is mainly manifestation of will, and it is this principle on which all other magical theories are based. The truth of the sentences of will are the first sections apprentices at the Mages Academy of Ximax will learn, so if you plan a magical career, make sure that you can master your own will. Seems like magicians have a lot of headaches. And back to the first example. There exist many theories explaining natural magical phenomena, but the most likely seems to be that the sentences of will are not only applicable to individuals, but also to nature itself. Whether you relate this will to a deity or not is just a matter of personal preference. There are people who will not think so. Though this thesis is heavily disputed among Santharian scholars, it seems at least the most probable. You can't help, but this accumulated wisdom somehow makes you feel dizzy. Well, for me it makes my throat hurt. It doesn't make me feel dizzy though. Even though I usually feel dizzy, it's like that's how I feel every day of my life, with a few exceptions. You put the book back where you found it. That's so nice. Can I take the book or the diary with me? Nah, you wouldn't want to carry that around with you. Smart. Books are way too heavy anyway. Yeah, I said so. Too heavy, too boring. Let's leave it here. Can I take the chest with me? No. Can I take the bed with me? Like in Minecraft? Nope. Yeah. Seems like I should go to the next room now. So currently we are in the southwest and we want to go to the east again in the direction of the footsteps. I think we have to go through the corridor for that. Alright. Northeast.